Hey, what's up? I'm the normal playing guy, and so today's video we're going to be looking at the new Super Strike Easy A. Nice little revamp, a nice Easy A, something for the new players to do because it's really good that they're doing this. We also have a list of all the remaining ones to do. Honestly, there's quite a lot done. It's actually surprising just how much there really was. Like these were the original, and I think this might be the order they came into, right? So literally, we just have Piccolo, Xeno Trunks, who legitimately could come in on the Hero Celebration coming up soon, and Chilled. So there's not many more to go. So this Vegeta, what did he do prior? So he had some stats, which is actually kind of cool for a unit of this caliber for the Super Strike. And of course, he did get additional stats depending on the amount of orbs you get. Honestly, this one wasn't so bad. Really, the only thing you could probably say that lets him down, the fact that he was only a level 100, is initially, because he's free to play, so we could totally look at him at this, is 8,000. I mean, his super attack effect did nothing else for his defense, and he got a little bit more here, but he didn't build up any other way. He plausible could have done some decent work at some point in time. But now he has an easy A, and everything's just a little bit better, plus the inherent stats of going up to level 140. So now we have 150% the stats. Now, again, that's actually good because as well as you go from 100 to 140, he now sits at 9,500. That's a huge buff. So 9,500 is where we're going. Honestly, that's not too bad. You put out what Launch and Shenron were doing, Launch and Oceania Shenron, when they had their Easy A's. Even after Easy A at 55%, they're sitting around about this. So that's actually not so bad, to be totally fair. So that's actually pretty decent. Okay, so let's see what else they do. So 150%. Still no key though, but okay. 100% attack when key is 6 or more, okay? 100% defense when key is 8 or more, okay? You have a 30% chance to dodge when key is 10 or more. You launch an additional attack that has a 50% chance to become a super attack when you do a super attack. Your super attack effect greatly raises attack. Now it comes with a 30% chance to stun. There's doing a little bit of everything. You've got a 30% chance to dodge. You have a 30% chance to stun. Okay, so you get an additional 10% to stats per key sphere obtained. Okay, so that actually is good. You think you're going to probably prioritize just a few orbs because of his links that can be a little bit wonky in terms of like key links or any links really. And then that's not so bad. Randomly changes key spheres to AGL when there is an opponent called Goku. Okay, so might be good against the GT Fighting Legend GT event. That really could be his pinnacle, really. Okay, so I'd imagine he'll crush pretty much anything beneath that. Super Battle Mode probably isn't a problem. The orb changing really helps. He needs this orb changing to give yourself because this is something that you need. So you could negate a smidge of this with supports. It depends, but ultimately having this as an AGL unit for this unit for the AGL orbs could be really good. Again, I say that in particular because we got like Super Strike, Bombardment, which alone, I mean, it's not as, I think there's another one as well, but Super Strike and Bombardment, while they are a nice attack buff, in particular, they only work with these. Both of these have Super Strike, all of these have Super Strike and Bombardment. Now, legitimately, you have got like Kid Vegeta and King Vegeta who could legitimately work. But there are no other pure Saiyans in this. We'll be able to actually have a look at both of these and see how they look and then compare to a more recent one. So, so he's coming in with Saiyan Warrior Race, Royal Lineage, Prodigies, Bombardment, Saiyan Pride, Super Strike, and Shattering the Limit. So, like, Saiyan Warrior Race is pretty good. You get a nice attack. Royal Lineage, which is fairly common across any Vegeta, basically, that gives you 2 key 5%. So, you are going to get a couple of key there, a couple of key here, as well as the same amount of stats. So, you can legitimately run 4 key. Best friend, of course, I can presume, is, of course, Kid Vegeta. Kid Prince Vegeta is actually pretty solid. I did a video for King Vegeta with this guy as his best friend, and honestly, this dude was just honestly this guy wasn't even fully built up in terms of like youth and gifted warriors. Um, his defensive wasn't there, but with all of this activated, which is fairly easy, the dude was doing like 555 million super attacks, which is absolutely crazy, right? Um, yeah, I'm going to say each one was actually stacking. So I mean, this kid is absolutely nutty. Can do really well. So again, yeah, of course. So you're going to be sharing pretty much everything. So yeah, you're going to get like your super strike and your bombardment. You're going to get your royal lineage, your shattering the limit, and it's going to work on all of these gifted warriors, terrifying conquerors. A nice little buff for Vegeta's family and space traveling warriors. If you're new and you're trying to start this out, and you're thinking to yourself, ooh, there's a super battle road stage for Space Traveling Warriors of Vegeta family that you think, I just don't know if I can do it, could legitimately be a nice one, especially if there's a Goku family member just to help out with the orbs. But this one, his defense comes in particular when it comes with it's youth and gifted warriors, but you will get gifted warriors at least fairly easy because they're all Vegetas, right? So you could legitimately run these two side by side. It could be pretty nasty. King Vegeta, of course, same sort of deal. He tops out at around 2.5, maybe 3 million with links, which again is not really passable, but he was one of the first few that came out. Legitimately, if you were looking for a space traveling warrior Vegeta family, or hell, in Human Deeds for a Super Battle Road stage, legitimately could actually make that work. That could be a thing. Yes. So this 8-bit Butoden, no, okay, don't knock them. They've had their easy 8. No, legitimately, side by side, or with him partnered up with, in particular, another specific Saiyan Saga Vegeta, this unit legitimately can pump out like 5 million and can have about 300k defense. I kid you not, is actually pretty respectable. Yeah, if you got the LR and able to transform, sure. I mean, ultimately, there's ultimately, yeah, there is a good amount of people here who can actually have worth in this. That's not so bad. You are the LR version of, oh, not the LR, they are the TUR version of this guy. So that's interesting how he's on here. I mean, having a look at this, yeah. So it fits in really well, and I like what they've done. The guy is going to be offensively quite capable, so that's going to be a problem. Defensively could be a bit of a funny one. It all depends. I would say like you need to get that additional 8 key, which I think won't be so much a problem. I think really your defensive viability might change depending on this. But yeah, otherwise that. In terms of like a more recent one when we had TN, well, it's pretty good. It holds up well. You got way better start of turn stats. I mean, this does have 2 key, but there's no other key mechanic in this. Whether you are at least changing to AGL orbs to give you a chance. This one, you do get an additional stats and you get an additional per. You can actually get uh, quite a bit more with this. Like against 2 more enemies, just in general. So I mean, it's pretty good. Their stats come in at 9,500. Was this 9.6? So again, it's slightly higher. Ever so slightly higher, is going to fit on more relevant teams. Is going to have surprisingly link sets that work pretty well. I think altogether it's going to actually look pretty well. It's good. It's good. So yeah, you can let me know what you think, but I'm actually looking forward to finding an excuse to do this. Obviously, I probably would say it's designed around Fight and Legend events to tick off the categories. Remember, they've all had their new ones, and I believe one of them, funny enough, might have just had like Space Traveling Warriors, or is it Terrifying Conquerors? One of them was on there. So yeah, I do know one of them also has Inhuman Deeds, so again, could be a solid one. So all of these categories, there pretty much is a mission for the Fight and Legend events. So yes. So how do you do his Easy A? Well, his Easy A, in fact, it might be best if I just pause it and bring it up real quick, because it is kind of the easy side. Righto, here it is, here we go. So yeah, this is it, it's the nice revamp. Earthbred Fighters appears to be the way to go. Pretty easy. You could basically just run a Goku family team. That could work pretty well. Anyone from the Saiyan Saga kind of counts. Just yeah, no, I mean, a standalone superclass team could also work. Nothing mega is really needed. The missions can pose a little bit of a problem to newer people, but ultimately not too much of an issue because they don't. I mean, it's easier to farm the medals because you get additional, but you just keep rinsing it however you wish, and it would help. Ultimately, you just have to use Earthbred fighters just for the drop rates. Veteran, long-time players probably already had this guy somewhere in the box, forgotten about already. Rainbow, boy, the grind was interesting then, as you had to do everything 5 times because you also had to do one for every single tree. So got pretty nutty. But again, yeah. So remember, you also get like 9 SSRs when you get so like on the yeah. So you get I believe you get 9 of these that you can get. So that again, that's not so much a problem as part of the rewards. So yeah. That's it. Yeah, you get 5 SSRs. You get another one. So I mean, legitimately, you can get a few. The missions, though, here we go. So yeah, you don't strictly have to do it with Earthbred fighters. The Earthbred fighters is just for the drop rates. But again, like you get like level up just to like or complete these missions. You should have enough at least to rainbow them. Any extra will be there on then down to you. But again, Kaioken Goku, it's literally any Kaioken Goku. You don't have to have the STR LR. And if you do clear within 5 turns, brilliant. So, good for you, but you don't strictly need to do it. You're going to, I mean, even if you did it, you're going to clear this 3 times no matter what. You don't strictly need to have these. It just means you get all of these much quicker, so you don't have to do it past the 3 times. For those who do have a somewhat moderate account, any Kaioken Goku will absolutely blitz it, assuming they're all SA level 10, assuming they're all easy aid if applicable. I mean, I myself use the AGL Easy A Kaioken Goku, right? He's an old unit, he has his Easy A, he fit in just well, and there was no need to put in anything else. No need. You'll easily one-shot it. Within 5 turns, there's 3 phases, so you can go a few extra rotations. Honestly, don't worry about it too much, but yeah, they're the missions. I mean, what you're going to get for it? Additional medals. So honestly, don't worry about it. But yeah, that's how you do it. Earthbred fighters would be the way to go if you can. But anyway, thank you very much for watching this video. If you liked it, fantastic. If you didn't, well, that sucks to be you. But thank you, and I'll see you the next time. Bye bye.